Hello and welcome to Kids Talk Broadway. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Grace, and we are joined today by the amazing Richard Hollis. Thanks for joining us today, Richard.
Thanks for having me. I've done a huge amount of shows. I'm originally from England, as you might be able to tell. Yeah. So I did a lot of shows there. I did a lot of plays at places that you've never heard of, like the National Theatre and in the West End, and I did plays all around the country. I used to go on tours. Some in New York, some in Vermont, some in Connecticut, some in Texas.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I love about being an actor, is the chance to get out and see the rest of the country.
A Curious Incident of a Dog in the Nighttime was a very involved show. Can you tell us a little bit about the rehearsal process?
We rehearsed for like 6 weeks, which is quite a long time.
Yeah.
It was partly because it was so choreographed, and we needed to get quite fit to be able to do it. We did push-ups and press-ups and sit-ups, and running around, and we were all exhausted. And then in the afternoon, we'd do the scenes. So we do the acting parts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then slowly we'd put these things together.
What was it like being in a show with a rat and a dog that were such big stars?
The rat and the dog were huge stars. The rat got more publicity. The rat got more articles written about it. Right. The rat had articles in the New York Times. And in fact, our rat on Broadway had articles in the London Times as well. The rat and the dog shared a dressing room. They had their own dressing room up on the 5th floor. And quite often when famous people came backstage, particularly if they had their kids with them, famous people would come backstage and they'd say, hello, yes, well done, actors. Hello, yeah, very good, like the show. Where's the dog? Where's the rat? They were just really interested in seeing the rat and the dog.
A Curious Incident ran on Broadway for nearly 2 years. How do you keep your performance fresh every single time?
That's a really good question. And sometimes it's a very hard thing to do, because when you do something for 2 years, your body kind of gets used to doing it. You get muscle memory, and so it's quite easy to do the show pretty well, but really not to be engaging your brain very much. But ideally what you do is you spend a lot of time listening to your scene partners, because when they're talking to you, if you're genuinely answering their question or you're genuinely responding in the scene, you probably will be in the moment.
What's been your favorite show to be in so far and why?
Well, to be honest, Curious Incident was my favourite show, because it was, people liked it a lot. It was brilliantly done. There were some really clever, wonderful people who put it together, who directed it and choreographed it. But also, actually, my other favourite show I did was a version of Henry V, Shakespeare.
I saw that one.
Where did you see it?
Well, I'm not really sure, but I think I saw a trailer on YouTube and I liked it.
Yeah, oh, it's a fantastic play. But we did it in England, and we did it at an actual castle in England. Down in
castle?
Yeah, in a place out in the grounds of the castle, and there was a cast of about 50. We had big loads of drummers up on making a whole load of noise, and we were running around. It was outdoors. Sometimes it was a bit rainy. It was fantastic.
Marvellous idea, Your Recently Restored Majesty King Charles II. I adore the theatre.
If you could pick any musical or play to be in next, which one would it be?
Next up, I'm really hoping I can end up in the Harry Potter plays.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect for that.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah.
Can you guys be agents?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yay! This is good. So you've got to call the casting people about this. And I'm going to be phoning you up saying, have you called them yet? Great.
Mom, I'm gonna be an agent.
See, she's going to be an agent.
Can you tell us about like the best and worst audition experiences that you've had so far?
Well, there have been a few good ones. The best auditions are when you do your scene and you think, I think this is going all right, and then it turns out that they are genuinely enthusiastic about you, and they go, oh, where are you from? How did you get here? What, and you have a conversation, and quite often you don't have a conversation. Quite often you just go into a room and you do your scene, and they say thank you very much, and you leave. My word. Oh no. Every so often I have to sing a song
Oh no.
in an audition. Not really. No, and especially in New York, where you guys are so good.
Yeah, like.
Oh, you're so good at doing musicals and singing. There was one particular audition I was doing for a show. Did I tell you the show? Yeah, I'll tell you. Called Peter and the Starcatcher, which is sort of a Peter Pan type story. So I was going in for kind of the Captain Hook sort of part, who was very good fun. And I had to sing, I did a patter song. So he sets off, and he sets off a bit quickly for me. And there's a lot of words in this particular song. And if I don't get my breath right at that point, I can't get the words out, or I end up, and they weren't, and I was getting quieter and quieter. And I could see the people who were auditioning me leaning forward. What is he saying? What are you doing? And because I could see them leaning forward, I started getting closer to them so that maybe they could hear me. So we started sort of creeping towards each other. So we ended up, me just about, red-faced and a bit sweaty at the end of this. So it was terrible. Oh God, it was terrible. And then obviously it finished. It was awkward. We all tried to have, had to have some sort of conversation about it afterwards, but in a not very nice.
Did you get the part?
No, I didn't get the part, interestingly.
That is one of the most obscene things I have ever had the misfortune to set my fair eyes upon.
Is it?
Thank you for this amazing audition. Thank you so much, and it was very nice to meet you.
And you.
Yeah, and be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on
Kids Talk Broadway!